you've been through this 2 times already. Is there anything you feel like you've gained from the experiences that kind of makes it feel different going into this as a junior?
Yeah, I think definitely my mindset going into it is a little bit different just because I have been through 2 and I want to get past the Sweet 16 this year with my team, and I feel like we're very capable of doing that. And so we're just going to be very determined. We've grown a lot this week during practice, and so we're just really excited to get out there, and I'm just going to continue to do what I've done, and we're just going to go out there and ball out together.
What about this team makes you feel like you guys do have the capability to get past the Sweet 16?
I feel like y'all saw it in the SEC tournament, and I mean the past 9 games we've had some really tough losses, but I mean I feel like we've just grown a lot as a team, and we've really developed into what we are now, and I feel like that's really important because we're very confident in ourselves and in each other, and we're just ready to get past that Sweet 16 point because I feel like we're mentally tough, and we're ready to do that.
What's just kind of been the feeling around the team since that South Carolina game and these practices leading up to the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, took our moment that night after the loss and, let it resonate, and then the next day we were ready to go. We've been very determined in practice. I just feel like that's the word that just keeps coming up in my mind is like we're going to be determined, to get it done. And so we've been locked in. We've, been physical in practice and just encouraging each other, because it's going to be 6 more games possibly. So, I mean, we just got to do whatever we can to make it the best.
How eager are you guys to get back on the court after that loss to South Carolina?
Very eager, just because it has been a little bit now. We've had some really good practices this week, and the monotony of it is going to be really good to, end whenever we finally get on the court, but we're really excited.
Is there any concern about going 2 weeks without playing in a game?
Oh, not at all. We in practice, we really get some reps to where they're game-like. We play small scrimmages that maybe last like 4 or 5 minutes just so we can still get endurance too. So, not at all.
Coach mentioned earlier this week how when you guys came off that loss to South Carolina, kind of went right into spring break, gave everyone the chance to kind of mourn that loss in their own way. Just how personally were you able to kind of digest it and move past it?
Yeah, I think it was a mental reset for me just because I took that loss very hard. I've never been in that position. I've never lost like that before. And so then I just kind of took my time, and I'm very school heavy also, so I got that sorted out. And now I'm in a really good spot with that, so I have no stress going into the tournament, which I'm really thankful for. So I'm just ready to play some more basketball.
You guys are going on the road this season for the first 2 rounds. You said you're determined to get past that Sweet 16. Is there a bit of chip on the team's shoulder, and do you feel like that makes you guys better?
Yeah, definitely, just because it pushes us harder, because we know where we want to be, and we know what it's going to take to get there. And we've prepared all this week, and we're just ready for it to come. We're ready for that first game, get that under our belt, and just go on from there.
Going to Raleigh, you're playing close to Tamari's hometown. How nice is it from your point of view getting to play in Atlanta a lot, to play close to family, close to home?
Yeah, I mean, I already know she's going to have a lot of people there, and so I'm really excited for her to be able to finally get to play there within her 5 years here. And so I'm just really excited for her to put on a show for all of them, and just that, we're able to play for some more fans that maybe don't get to see us on a regular basis.
Tamari wasn't able to compete last year in the NCAA tournament. What's that excitement for you as her teammate to be able to see her take the court again?
Yeah, I mean, I got to play with her freshman year in the NCAA tournament, so I'm just really excited to have her back out there and, affect the game in many different ways that people may have not seen last year. And so I'm just really excited to see what she's going to do this year.
What on the scout stands out about Green Bay?
I mean, we know that they are very fundamental. They play fundamental basketball. They have hard cutters. They have good shooters. And, I mean, we know what we need to do. And we know how we need to be aggressive and just still play our basketball. Like, it doesn't matter who's in front of us. We're going to play, Tennessee basketball and be who we are.
All right. So many seniors on this team. Like, I know you get to come back, but have you thought about how this is like one last drive with all these seniors you played so many minutes with? What's that like?
Yeah, I actually did today, just because JP, we were joking around, of course, me and her, and I just kind of thought how, dang, I'm really going to miss them. Like, they're really not going to be here next year, and so we just got to soak it all up, don't take any moment for granted, and just to be really thankful that we're still able to play with them and hopefully, get to that 6th game.
All right, what was your mom's reaction to playing back in your hometown?
She's very excited. We're probably like 10 minutes away from NC State. Grew up going to watch them play, and Duke and UNC. So came back to my phone with 1,000,001 text messages and a lot of people I need to add to my ticket list, but she's thrilled.
You and your sister aren't playing on the same days. Are you going to be able to maybe go watch her? Is she going to be able to watch you? How's that going to work out?
Yeah, I think UNC plays Friday, Sunday, so she's going to go there Friday, come back, then go back, and then come back to North Carolina.
Just for you to get to go play back, pretty close to your hometown and have so many people be able to show up, just what does that mean to you? What's that feeling like after, getting into 5 years in your college or getting to go back home?
It means a lot. It's special. Like Sarah said, I think a lot of people that I grew up with back home weren't always able to get out here. So just to go home and be able to play for them, my old volleyball coach, my old basketball coach, my old teachers from elementary school, like just everybody that kind of had an impact in my upbringing when I was a kid will be able to come see me play.
How would you say that growing up in that area in Raleigh kind of shaped your development as a basketball player?
Yeah, I had really good teachers. I think they were all like very warm and welcoming, and there's some that I still keep in contact with on Facebook and Instagram. So I think that just goes to show the kind of people that I was surrounded by when I was young.
Is there a little nervousness getting to play in so many people you grew up with? Or?
I'm excited. I don't think I'm nervous yet. Maybe the nerves will kick in come game day, but right now I'm just excited to be able to go home and play.
After not getting to play in last year's tournament, after everything you've gone through to get back to where you are this season, just what are the emotions getting to play in the NCAA tournament again this year, going to this weekend?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think that dawned on me too at the SEC tournament in the beginning. I was like, dang, I didn't get to play in this last year, so I think I'm having the same feelings moving forward with the NCAA tournament, but just recognizing I didn't play in it last year, but continuing to stay focused on this year and the growth that I've had throughout this year and taking it one game at a time.
When you look at just how much growth you've had this year and being able to get back to where you are, just what does that feel like for you to look back and see how far you've come?
It means a lot. It's been a journey. I think just been resilient through it all, and just to keep going. I think that also shows the people that I've have surrounding me too. My teammates, my coaches, and my family have all helped push me to get to these moments that we have now.
Do you have a lot of family coming to watch you?
Yeah, I think it sold out pretty quick, but I think I have like 20 plus people on my ticket list right now.
Sarah was using the word determined to describe this team going into the tournament. Just how would you describe just the mentality? Do you agree with that? And where do you feel like that maybe has come from or will take you guys, that determination?
Oh, determined was the word?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we are determined. I think just the things that we've experienced this year, I think our wins, our losses, just continuing to get better and put together really good practices and really game-specific practices have been good for us, and I feel like we're turning in the right direction.
Do you think hitting those bumps earlier in the regular season helps y'all now where you can't really hit up forward to make mistakes at this point?
Yeah, for sure. I think anything negative that has happened to us, I feel like the only way that we can move forward is turning it to a positive and how we can be better down the line in games moving forward. So I think that we've used that too to just push us to keep being better every game.
What do you remember most about your first NCAA tournament, and how different is it now in year 5?
Freshman year, I don't remember much about my freshman year tournament, honestly.
Didn't it get canceled?
That would have been COVID. So
Oh,
maybe
that's
we
why.
can't-
I was gonna say,
The
I
one
remember
after sophomore
COVID.
year.
Yeah. Okay. So freshman year, when it got canceled, I remember coming home. We had the SEC tournament. We were off for a couple days, and we were seeing, the NBA had just got canceled. So we were supposed to have practice. Coach calls a meeting, and everybody's like terrified. Like it felt like something was coming to get us. Honestly, like we were so nervous about what was going on. She sent us back to our rooms, and then NCAA got canceled, and that was that. COVID, that was crazy. The bubble, everything that happened in the bubble, it felt like kind of like AAU, but I also didn't like getting a stick up my nose every single day. So that was my memory of the COVID tournament. And then we have the Belmont shot, so that's also another memory I have from NCAA tournament.
This team has been in the Sweet 16 the last 2 years. What about this team Sarah said, she thinks this team, obviously is capable of getting past that. Just what about this team makes you think that as well?
Just our grit. I feel like we've been resilient. Just coming in, knowing all the things that we had to work on from the beginning of the year, and our defensive execution, our offensive execution, and little things, pushing the ball in transition more, getting better looks on offense. I think we've really honed in and focused in on a lot of those specific things, just to be better as the games progress. And I feel like when we're all clicking, we're a pretty dangerous team.
What stands out about Green Bay, and where do you think Tennessee's going to be able to take advantage?
They're smaller than us, so I think we definitely have a height advantage over them. Also, with that height advantage, I feel like we would be able to crush the boards too on the offensive end. And being able to push in transition, I think that might be one of their weaknesses, so just being able to get quick looks on the transition. They are a team that likes to use a lot of the shot clock on offensively, so I know that we have to be locked in on the defensive end for a lot more of the shot clock.
Is there anything that you feel like you learned from sitting out during last year's tournament run that you could maybe take into this year, or that you noticed that hey, maybe we could be better in this area just from sitting out last year?
I feel like not to go with the emotions of the game would be my biggest thing, just especially with March. There's a lot of highs and there's a lot of lows, but I think the teams that stay steady and stay focused for a whole 40 minutes are the ones that come out on top.
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks.